Students of class 11, I am Muhammad Noruzur Rahman, Associate Professor, Department of English. First, I like to thank you all because you have been attending online classes for many days. Plus, you have taken your half yearly exams and most of you have done well. Okay, today I will do some activities on lesson 5 of unit 10 as your Rashid sir has already described the text to you. And I think today's activities will help you to solve some problems regarding this lesson. So let's do the exercises. Key points of the class. I have set some questions based on the text of lesson 5 unit 10, the peace movement. The first item is choosing the correct answer from the alternatives, MCQ for practice. Next, I will show you answering open-ended questions. Next, I have written the summary of the text. Next, I will show you how to answer flowchart. Next, I have set another two questions, cloze test with clue and cloze test without clue. Now we are going to do the first exercise, MCQ. I hope that you have understood the text properly from your Rashid sir. Okay, let's try to solve the multiple choice questions. For each question, you'll find 4 options and you have to choose the correct answer. Number A. What is the sole purpose of different peace movement organizations? You have read the passage, you have listened to the lecture of your Rashid sir, so you have learned that its main purpose or aim is to sustain peace or achieve peace. So let's see: to end a particular war, to remove despair, to sustain peace, to expose war crime. So the correct answer will be to sustain peace. Number 3. Question number B. Which one of the following is sought by peace movements? Sought is the past participle form of seek. So which one of the following is sought means wanted by peace movements? Racial conflict. Certainly a peace movement never wants this. Internationalism, Renaissance, diminishing interhuman violence. Of course, a peace movement seeks this one, diminishing interhuman violence. Number C. When did the first peace movement appear? You have read the passage. So in the passage we have seen that the first peace movement appeared in 1815 to 1816. So the correct answer will be number 1. Number D. Which active organization held regular meetings in 1815? You know that the first peace movement organization is New York Peace Society, and it was formed in 1815 in United States, and it used to organize or it used to hold regular meetings weekly. So the correct answer will be number 3, New York Peace Society. Number E. What is meant by the term dangerous technologies? Guns and explosives, poison, acid, internet. Certainly, dangerous technologies here refers to guns and explosives or destructive weapons. So number 1 will be the correct answer. Number F. When was the London Peace Society formed? If you look at the passage or text of lesson 5 unit 10, the peace movement, there you'll find that the London Peace Society was founded in 1816. So the correct answer is number 3. Number G. Which one of the following resembles peace movement? That means which one of the following is similar to peace movement? Rebellion, anti-war movement, democracy, racism. Actually, peace movement is an anti-war movement. So the correct answer will be an anti-war movement. Number 8. What is meant by the term philanthropist? Many of you may have heard this term, but it's a difficult term. Philanthropist. I have given 4 options: philosopher, soldier, hypocrite, social worker. The correct answer will be 4, social worker. Means benefactor who loves mankind in general. Number I. When did the peace movement become more efficient? We have seen in the passage that the peace movements are developed hugely in mid-19th century. So the correct answer will be number 3, in mid-19th century. Number J. Which ideas were promoted by Olive Leaf Circle? You know that some 15 to 20 women of London formed Olive Leaf Circle, a peace movement organization. So, which ideas were promoted by this organization? They promoted pacifist ideas. That means they wanted to promote peace in the world. So, number 2 will be the correct answer. Number K. The word proliferation refers to. 4 options are: number 1, sudden decrease; number 2, sudden observation; number 3, sudden vanishing; number 4, spread. Actually, proliferation means increase or spread. So, number 4 will be the correct answer, spread. Number L. Peace movement is dash movement. We know that peace movement is an anti-war movement. We know it very well. So, number 4 will be the correct answer. Number M. What should be the closest meaning of wage in the passage? We have seen in the passage that human beings should not wage war, means make war, create war, conduct war, carry out war. So here we find the correct answer, conduct. So number 2 will be the correct answer. The word advocacy in the passage refers advocate. Advocacy is the term noun. So to support, to oppose, to engage, to generate. So advocacy means to support. So the word advocacy implies to support something. So number 1 will be the correct answer. Encompass in the passage means render, exclude, combat, include. Encompass means include or encircle. So number 4 will be the correct answer, include. Pacifism. You know from the text that pacifism is a belief that all disputes can be settled peacefully. So number 1 will be the correct answer. Pacifism means peacemaking. So according to this belief, all violence is unjustifiable. So number 1 will be correct answer. The doctrine that all violence is unjustifiable. Number Q. The word theologian in the passage means theologian. Number one who studies philosophy. Number two, one who studies medicine. Number three, one who studies history. Number four, one who studies religion. We know that someone who studies uh, religion is called a theologian. So number four will be the correct answer. Number R, the word philanthropist in the passage means alarmist, the person who loves humankind, writer, leader. So philanthropist means who loves mankind. So number two will be the correct answer. The word arbitration in the passage means argument, disagreement, settlement, dispute. Arbitration means to arbitrate, means to resolve something, to settle something. So settlement or number three will be the correct answer. Number T, the word convene in the passage means intervene, interfere, declare, summon. Summon will be the correct answer. Number four. Okay, students, I have said I have here in the next page I have given the solution to question number 1, I mean MCQ. So you'll find the answers here. Okay. In number question 2, I have set some open-ended questions based on the text, the peace movement. I have set 7 questions. I like to give you some guidelines on how to answer properly. Before you answer short questions, you must remember that you have to write your answer exactly. That means you shouldn't write anything unnecessarily, or you shouldn't write anything, elaborate anything unnecessarily. You should write the exact answer. And when you answer this open-ended question or short question, you must follow the subject and verb form in the passage. Then you can organize the answer correctly. Okay, let's see question number A. What is the aim of peace movement? It is given in the first para of the text. The aim of peace movement is to achieve peace through eradicating war and minimizing interhuman violence. So here I have given the exact answer. Number B. What are the possible ways to achieve peace? In the text, some possible ways are given to achieve peace. So you must take the answer from the text, but you will write your answer according to the demand of the question. The possible ways to achieve peace are supporting pacifism, non-violent resistance, establishing diplomacy, boycotting, making peace camps, supporting anti-war political candidates, and banning guns, etc. Number C. What does proliferation of dangerous technologies refer? Proliferation, you know that proliferation means spread or increase. So proliferation of dangerous technologies refers to inventing and increasing destructive arms, nuclear bombs, and other explosives by research. Here I have tried to give the correct answer, exact answer. Number D. What is the objection of many people regarding export of weapons? What is the objection? The peace movement organizers object. What the object? They object that the rich countries shouldn't export weapons to lesser developed nations. So I have written the answer this way. The objection of many people regarding export of weapons is that leading economic nations should not export weapons to lesser developed nations. Number E. Which belief shows the primary characteristic of peace movement? In the passage, you have certainly seen what is the belief of the peace movement organizers. The belief which shows the primary characteristic of peace movement is that Human beings should not create war on each other or engage in violent conflicts over language, race, natural resources, religion, or ideology. Number F. What does a peace movement tend to oppose? Certainly, we have seen in the passage text that a peace movement tends to oppose something. A peace movement tends to oppose the invention and spread of dangerous technologies and weapons of mass destruction, in particular nuclear weapons. Number G. What cannot be equivalent of justice? Answer. According to the belief of the peace movement organizers, military power or war cannot be equivalent of justice. Why? Because war can never bring justice or peace to people. Okay, students, now here I have given some guidelines for answering flowchart. Then we will try to answer a flowchart. So I have written the guidelines. You must, before you answer flowchart, you must remember that you have to provide the pieces of information in boxes. You must draw the boxes and you will write your answers in the boxes. Next point, the pieces of information must be written in short phrases, never in complete sentences. Okay, so you will write your answers in short phrases and you can never write your answers in complete sentences. Sometimes maybe you can write the answers in a word, maybe, if according to the demand of the question. Next, the chart must have a flow, meaning that the pieces of information must have a sequence. It should be written chronologically following the first information in the first box. So number 1 is done for you. So you must follow the answer of the first box. Then following the first one, you have to provide the answers sequentially, chronologically. Okay, so let's see the question. I know that you have read the text, the peace movement, and you have listened to the lecture of Firoz sir. So now I have set a question on that text. Make a flowchart showing the activities of peace movement. In the text, you have found the activities or objectives of peace movement. Okay. Here I have written the answers in other 5 boxes, but in the question paper, in the exam hall, you will find only the first box. But in the 5 boxes, you have to write the answers. Okay. So in the first box, I have written ending of war. This is an activity of peace movement. I have written other 5 activities of peace movement, but look at my answers that I have written the answers in the boxes. Next, I have written the answers in short phrases. Next, I have written the answers sequentially, one after another. Minimizing interhuman violence. Number 3, banning of guns. These are the activities of peace movement. Supporting pacifism, supporting peacemaking. Forming non-violent resistance, opposing the increasing of dangerous technologies. So let's go to the next item. In question number, you know that in question number 3, in question paper or first paper, you are told to write a summary of the given text. So I like to remind you 2 points about writing summary. Okay, when you begin to write a summary, you must remember 2 points. The first point is that you must write the key points of the given text or the gist. And number 2, you have to write the key points or the gist briefly. Then it will be a correct summary. Then you can hope to get good marks. Okay. For writing summary, you can't explain anything. You can't give any example. You can't compare anything. Just you have to write the key points briefly. So I have written the summary of the text. I'm reading it. Peace is desired by everyone, but it is hard to establish peace due to the widespread violence and conflicts. In this regard, peace movements can bring peace by spreading the principles of nonviolence and pacifism, including ban of creating and spreading weapons of mass destruction. Different organizations with one common goal of sustaining peace were formed many times, but it was realized that global peace could not be established without international unity. This is why UN was formed after the Second World War with same goals but a much stronger foundation. And this resulted in the birth of many peaceful treaties including nuclear non-proliferation treaty and global peace. Dear students, remember that I have tried to mention all the key points, but I have written it briefly. So if you want to write a good summary, you must remember these 2 points, that you have to mention the key points of the given text and you have to write briefly. Then you can hope to get good marks. So let's go to the another activity. Close test with clue. Here you will find the clues or hints in the box, and below the box you'll find a passage, and in the passage you'll find 10 blanks. You have to fill in the blanks with the words given in the box. So if you want to answer this item properly, you must read the words given in the box, then you'll read the passage properly. Because if you cannot understand the passage properly, you cannot answer properly. When you read the passage properly, you can understand which word might be inserted in which gap. So you read it properly. Let's read the words given in the box. Conflicts, believe, wage, oppose, dangerous, happy, lead, characterize, equivalent, export, destroy, legal. I like to remind you again that all these questions I have set from the text of lesson 5, unit 10, the peace movement. Okay. So I suppose that you have already understood the passage or text. So you'll be able to understand my class. Okay, peace movement, let's try. Peace movement is basically an all encompassing anti-war movement. It is primarily dash by belief. It is, and you here you find another preposition, a preposition by. So you need a verb here to make it a passive sentence. There are many verbs: believe, lead, characterize, destroy, legal, oppose, export. Belief, by belief. So you can't take the word believe. So it is primarily, according to the text, we know that it is primarily characterized, but the word is given there, we find characterize. But in the instruction, you find that make any grammatical change if necessary. So the word is given as a verb in present form, but you can change it. You can make grammatical change. Suppose here you can make it past participle, characterized. So characterized will be the correct answer for gap A. So it is primarily characterized by a belief that human beings should not dash war. It is characterized by a belief that human beings should not what? Should not dash war. should not believe war, should not lead war, should not export war, oppose war, destroy war. No, we know that human beings should not make war or create war. So wage, we can use the appropriate word wage. Wage war. It means to make war or to create war. So wage will be the, remember that here you find a modal auxiliary should, and you know that after modal auxiliaries you can use only the present forms of verbs. So wage will be the correct answer for gap B. On each other or engage in violent dash over language, race, natural resources, religion, or ideology. Human beings should not wage war on each other or engage. Human beings should not engage in violent. But the text or the unit is about conflict and peace, peace and conflict. So human beings engage in violent conflicts, but the peace movement organizers believe that human beings should not wage war on each other or engage in violent conflicts over language, race, natural resources, religion, or ideology. So, uh, conflicts will be the correct answer for gap C. It is that dash that military power is not the dash of justice. In the passage, you have got this sentence, got this idea that is believed that. It is believed, but the word in the box is believe. So we make it past participle. It is believed. So believed will be the correct answer for gap D. It is believed that military power is not the dash of justice. Military power or war is not similar to justice. So the synonym of similar is equivalent. So equivalent will be the correct answer for blank E. The peace movement tends, the peace movement wants to dash the proliferation. What they want to do? They want to oppose the increase of technology of weapons and weapons of mass destruction. So here you can use the word here before the gap you find two, and after two we usually use the present form of verb. So the peace movement tends to oppose the proliferation of what technology? Dangerous technology. So dangerous will be used in gap G, and weapons of mass destruction. In the box you find the word destroy. It is in verb form, but you have to make it a noun, destruction. So destruction will be the correct answer for gap H. Nuclear weapons and biological warfare. Moreover, many object to the dash of weapons. Many here means the peace movement organizers. They object, they do not want. What they do not want, they do not want. What? They do not want that uh, rich countries should uh, export arms or weapons to the poor countries. So, moreover, many object to the dash export of weapons, including handmade handheld machine guns and grenades. By we know that the rich countries or leading economic countries, rich countries usually uh, export weapons of mass destruction to the poor countries. And you are students of HSC, so you are old adult enough to understand what is happening in the whole world. You know that the rich countries are exporting uh, weapons of mass destruction to the poor countries. So Moreover, many object to the export of weapons. So export will be the correct answer for gap I, including handheld machine guns and grenades by which countries? Which economic nations? Leading economic nations. That means there are some few countries. There are few countries who lead the economy of the whole world, right? So leading will be the correct answer for gap J. Leading economic nations to the lesser developed nations. Students, in this page, I have given solution to question number 5. I mean, close test with clue. So the answers are number A, characterized, number B, voyage, number C, conflicts, number D, believed, number E, equivalent, number F, oppose, number G, dangerous, number H, destruction, number I, export, number J, leading. Dear students, in the next page you will get the solution to this question. I mean, close test with clue. Okay, so I'm going to the last item, question number 6, close test without clue. For this question, you will find no clue or hint. After reading the passage or text, so you have read the passage. I know that you have read the passage. You have got a clear idea about the passage, the peace movement. So I hope that you'll be able to understand which words can be used in which gap. Okay. So if you want to answer this item properly, you must read the passage carefully, very carefully. Okay. It means that you have to understand it. If you can't understand the meaning of the passage, you can't answer correctly or properly. Okay. In the passage, you'll find 10 blanks and you have to use appropriate words in the blanks. Peace movement is similar to a dash movement. Peace movement is similar to a dash movement. In the first sentence of the passage, it is written that a peace movement is a social movement. So peace movement is similar to a social movement, because a large number of people or a group of people are involved or participate in a peace movement. So in gap A, we can use social, which is carried out to end war and violence. Peace movement is similar to a social movement which is carried out to end war and violence existing among human beings. We know that violence or war exists among human beings, and the aim of peace movement is to end war and violence. Okay. So in gap blank B, we can use existing in order to dash peace successfully. What is the aim of the peace movements? To achieve peace, to promote peace, to sustain peace. Okay. So in order to, after this phrase, you can use a verb. You should use a verb, right? So in order to achieve peace, we can use achieve in blank C. In order to achieve peace successfully, pacifism is to be promoted. Peace camps and diplomacy are to be established. So in order to achieve peace, you can use also sustain or promote peace successfully. Pacifism means peacemaking is to be promoted. Peace camps and diplomacy are to be established. Usually the peace movement organizers, the peace movement organizers usually make peace camps to protest violence or wars. So peace camps and diplomacy are to be established, and dash should be banned. In the passage you have found that guns should be banned. Sustainability of peace is the one dash goal among the dash goals of different organizations. You know that there are different peace movement organizations in the world, and once there were a lot of peace movement organizations in the world, but their uh, one common goal is to sustain peace. We know it from the text. So common will be the correct answer for blank E. Sustainability of peace is the one common goal among the dash goals, among the various goals, among the diverse goals. So diverse will be, or various will be the correct answer for blank F of different organizations. All these aspects of anti-war dash. All these aspects of anti-war what? Anti-war movement. So for blank G we can use movement. All the aspects of anti-war movement are encompassed within a peace movement, which is why these two concepts are somewhat similar. The concepts of both anti-war movement and peace movement are similar. They both of them want to sustain peace. Next, human beings dash war. According to the text, we know that human beings wage war, create war. So human beings wage war, or you can use make war or create war. Uh, Wage will be the appropriate word for blank age on each other due to difference of race, language, and ideology. And peace movement is generated by the dash. Peace movement is generated by the belief belief of the peace movement organizers that these wars are meaningless. So, uh, peace movement is generated by the belief when people understood that uh, wars were meaningless, then they set up or formed peace movement organizations. So, uh, peace movement is generated by the belief. They first believed that wars were meaningless. So, belief will be the correct answer for blank I. Peace movement is generated by the belief that these wars are meaningless and unjustified. They believed that wars are meaningless and unjustified. That's why they formed peace movement organizations. Students, here I have given the solution to question number 6, close test without clue. Number A, social. Number B, existing. Number C, achieve. Number D, guns. Number E, common. Number F, diverse. Number G, movement. Number H, wage. Number I, belief. Number J, unjustified. Thank you, my dear students, for listening to my lecture. I tried to do these activities based on lesson 5 of Unit 10, and I hope these activities will help you greatly to solve some problems regarding this lesson. Thank you again.